Hello and welcome to the Northern Kentucky University Career Services Co-op and Internship Workshop. Career Services is located in the University Center, room 225. So you may be asking yourself, why should I consider a co-op or an internship? This is an excellent question. A few of the great reasons that you should think about doing a co-op or internship during your time at NKU is because it allows you to explore different career fields. Several years ago, I was working with a student who knew the industry that they wanted to go into, and they were 100% set on it until they did their internship, and they learned it was nothing like they thought it was going to be. Luckily, they were able to do another internship and found a much better fit. But through these experiences, you also get to gain familiarity with different work environments. You get to develop and refine your career related skills, which allow you to apply the great things that you've been learning in the classroom. And all of these things are going to help you strengthen your resume and give you great answers as you think about going into your interviews for your full time jobs. We also hope that through your co ops and internships, you're building a strong professional network, which will allow you to gain positive recommendations, again, as you think about that job search process. So you may be asking yourself, well, what's the difference between a co-op and an internship? And so let's break that down. So an internship may be paid or unpaid work experience. It may or may not be for academic credit. And if you earn credit for this experience, it's managed through your academic department. Now, one thing to note for internships are that the requirements vary by major. And so you'll want to make sure that you check out the university catalog or talk with your academic advisor to make sure that you know the requirements for your specific major. Some of those requirements might include course prerequisites that you have to complete before you can take the class, a minimum GPA, a minimum number of working hours at your co op site, and if the position has to be paid or if it's able to be unpaid. In addition, a few things that you want to note about internships is the course numbers vary by department. And so, for example, you can see on the screen there's psychology 496, but in environmental science, it's 396. And so you'll want to know the course number for your specific major. Other things to note about internships, they may or may not be repeatable. It may be required for your program of study, and so make sure that you're familiar with those requirements. It might have variable credit. So, for example, the visual arts program 496 requires 3 credit hours, whereas leadership 396, you could choose to take that class for 1, 2, or 3 credit hours, depending on your experience and the requirements. Some of the classes are graded with a letter grade and others are graded pass fail. So again, make sure that you're talking with your academic advisor or reading in the catalog so that you're familiar with all the requirements for your internship for your specific program of study. Next, we ask, what's a co-op? Well, co-op is a paid work experience that's related to your major or your minor. For a co-op, you are receiving academic credit for successfully completing the experience, and this credit is going to be managed through the Career Services Office. In order to co-op, you have to declare your major or your minor, and your position must be related to that major or minor. You have to have at least a 2.2 GPA, and you have to have earned at least 30 credit hours. For co-ops, the course is CEP 300 for undergraduate students and CEP 600 for our graduate students. This class is repeatable for up to 12 credit hours, and it is graded pass-fail. Again, the university catalog contains this and additional information if there are questions that you have. When we think about our CEP 300 or 600 class, you can choose to take the course for 1 to 6 credit hours per semester, depending on the number of hours that you'll be working at your co-op site. So for example, if you're working 50 hours this semester in your internship or in your co-op, then you could choose to take this for 1 credit hour. If you're working 200 hours in your co-op, then you could choose to take the class for 1, 2, 3, or 4 credit hours. And so that would be up to you and what fits with your academic plan. Again, your academic advisor would be a great person to talk to ensure that you're taking the class for the right number of hours. So let's have a little quiz. Should I do an internship or a co-op? The CEP 300, 600 class. So question number 1, if I take the internship course for my major, such as political science 496, the credit hours I earn will count towards the total number of hours needed for my major. In this example, it's 45 hours that are required for political science majors. Is that true or false? If you said true, you are correct. When you take the internship class for your major, then it does count towards your specific number of hours required for that major. Let's look at the next one. Question 2. If I take CEP 300, the credit hours I earn will count towards the 45 needed for my political science major. Is this true or false? If you answered false on this one, you are correct. CEP 300 is an elective credit and doesn't count towards those specific required political science credit hours that you must take if you're a political science major. Question 3. If I'm a junior and I've already taken the internship class for my major for the maximum number of credit hours allowed, I could take CEP 300 if the position is paid and related to my major. If you answered true, then you are correct. And this is, of course, assuming that you meet the requirement that you do have a 2.2 GPA. And our final question is question 4. My co-op or internship is unpaid. Can I take CEP 300? The answer to this is false because all CEP 300 and 600 positions must be paid. So let's transition into talking about how you can find a co-op or an internship. Before you get started, there are a few things to know. First, it's important that you plan ahead. It can take 3 to 6 months to find a position, and so you want to make sure that you're working ahead and that you're being proactive and that you're prepared for this process. This can include making sure that you have a good resume, a strong LinkedIn profile, and that you practice honing your interviewing skills. Never fear, Career Services is here to help. You can check out our YouTube channel for great workshops where you can gain additional information on these topics, or you can reach out to our office to set up an appointment to talk with one of our team members. Next, you want to make sure that you clarify your goals. You want to answer some critical questions. A few examples of these would include, what experience would I like to gain? What industries or fields would I like to gain experience in? Where would I like to be located? Do I hope to stay in the Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, or am I doing it in the summer where I'm open and willing to travel? What do I offer a potential employer? What are my skills, my interests, my work values that are important to consider as I start looking at positions? These are just a few of the great questions that you want to start asking yourself as you clarify your goals related to an internship or co-op. Next, we want to start to identify positions. One of the best ways to identify co-op and internship positions is to use Handshake. Handshake is the career management tool that Career Services utilizes that allows you to search for full-time jobs as well as co-ops and internships. We have a great video on our YouTube channel that you can check out that gives you more details about how to use Handshake. You're also welcome to contact our office to set up an appointment to meet with a team member if you'd like someone to go over it with you. Another great way to identify positions is by attending the career fairs. Each semester, Career Services hosts career fairs that allows you to network with employers and to find out about co-op and internship positions. You can find details about the career fairs on the Career Services website. Shayla is a former student at NKU, and Shayla said that about the career fairs, I got the opportunity to intern with a Fortune 500 company as a sophomore. So make sure that you're taking advantage of the great career fairs so that you have the opportunity to do a co-op or internship with an organization that will help springboard your career. Next, another great way to identify positions is to use the external links on the Career Services website. This is a list of different websites that we've compiled that have useful job boards, tips, and helpful hints as you think about various industries that you might be interested in. We would also encourage you to check out your department's Canvas or Facebook groups. Many departments have pages where they post different opportunities or alumni post job opportunities for individuals in those majors. And so go ahead and talk to your academic advisor to see if this is applicable for your particular field of study. We would also encourage you to check company websites. We know that not all organizations post their websites anywhere but potentially on their own website. And so if there are organizations that you're interested in working for, make sure that you're regularly checking their websites to see what opportunities are available to you. You also want to make sure that you're talking with people in your network. Let individuals know what it is that you're looking for and the types of positions that you're open to. This can include people like your parents' friends, your neighbors, your professors. Let them know the types of roles that you are open to as you think about your co-op and internship search. And finally, we would encourage you to make sure that you're using LinkedIn and other social media. LinkedIn has a very robust job search tool that you may want to take advantage of as you think about your internship or co-op search. Next steps would include making sure that you apply for the positions that you find that you're interested in. You want to make sure as you're applying that you follow all the directions of the posting and that you're sending a customized resume and cover letter for each position. You then want to interview for positions as you're getting called for the different interviews. Hopefully, you get lots of position offers, and you want to make sure that you're communicating with your department's faculty coordinator to discuss if positions would count towards the co-op or internship credit. Oftentimes, I would encourage you to do this before you accept the role so that you know for sure that your position would count for your specific course. Then you're going to evaluate your offers and select and accept the position. You do want to verify with the organization to see if they have any specific guidelines for their co-op or internship students to make sure that you are following all of those if they do. Not all employers do, but a few of them have these specific guidelines you must follow. Finally, you want to enroll for credit. So let's talk about enrolling for credit. If you are taking CEP 300 or 600, or you are in the College of Business or Informatics, then you're going to complete all of the paperwork electronically through Handshake. If, however, you're in the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Education, or the College of Health and Human Services, then you want to make sure that you're talking with your academic advisor about the best way for you to enroll, as each of those look a little bit different. If you need help enrolling for credit, please reach out to our office in Career Services. We're happy to help. So I wanted to give you a little bit more information about how you can find some details on CEP 300, 600. So if you go to the Career Services website and select Students, and then Co-ops and Internships, then you will find a list of various questions that you may be asking yourself, specifically how to register for your co-op credit. This will open a page with different information for each of the colleges. And so you'll want to take a look at this and read through it so that you're familiar with how to register for CEP 300 or 600 for your specific college. For each of the majors and each of the colleges, you want to make sure that you read the co-op handbook, which you can find on the previous page. We've covered a lot of ground in our workshop today. If you have questions, please reach out to us in Career Services because we are here to help. Again, this has been NKU Career Services Workshop on co-ops and internships. Have a great day.